All right, so my living donor liver surgery was 4 weeks ago today. My incision looks like this. There's still some scabby bits up here. Finally, the scab fell off on my arterial line. That was really driving me crazy. There's so much scar tissue here, though. It's super weird. And I'm taking this video kind of intentionally from inside the part of my house that is lived in, not the little sanctuary of my bedroom. Kind of because I want to show that as I start to recover, I move from, just basically focusing on pain medication and bowel movements to starting to open up and focus on all of the things that I used to focus on beforehand. So, I made hummus today, which is great. I haven't really done much cooking at all. I found rotted potatoes and put them by the compost bin. And I'm going to show you what just getting by looks like, because we're still at the phase of recovery where I'm just getting by. I still can't lift more than 10 pounds. Rather, I still shouldn't lift more than 10 pounds. I'm sure I'm physically capable of it. You can probably hear YouTube playing in the background because that is what my children are doing right now. And this is the state of our house. And I think an important thing to keep in mind if you decide to do something like this, to take your life and turn it upside down for someone else, is you have to completely rethink your priorities. Prior to this, my priorities included things like putting all the toys away at the end of the day and having clean underpants. Now, some of those things are definitely still priorities and some of them are not. So I'm just trying to be as honest about this as possible. It is a total upheaval, especially if you are a person who has kids, who has lots of responsibilities. If you work outside of the home, you're not going to be able to do that. If you have a physical job, which anyone who works inside the home taking care of children has a very physical job, it's very limiting. And the first few weeks I'm really just thinking, okay, am I recovering? Am I safe? And then the next thing is like, oh God, I'm in so much pain. How do I get through this pain? And then finally you get through that. And now it's like waking up to the world a little bit. Being aware of, when was the last time that the cat litter box was sifted? When did my children eat last? Could that explain why they're screaming at each other? But then you can't take on everything all at once. You can't just jump right back in and, I'm going to do all of the things that I used to do. Especially if you were healthy and active beforehand, you have to force yourself to take it slow. And, now that I'm not going to say I'm pain-free, but the pain is very easy to manage. And I'm not taking much stuff at all. But I'm still healing. And I still have to slow everything down. And that's very hard. But I made hummus today. And I'm going to sit down with my kids and eat lunch. And yeah, they're watching color blocks on Netflix. It's not a bad thing. I have a friend who has reminded me before that she's like, remember, screens are your friends. Screens are your friends. Because she knows we don't do it a lot. And I'm like, I know. And I hear her voice every time my kids get out of control. I hear her voice in my head. And I'm like, okay, let's go find some lovely compromise screen time for them. So yeah, my update is basically I'm doing well. We're 4 weeks out. And, just have realistic goals for yourself. It's like, that you think of, if you're a runner, you don't want to add more than 10% every week. as you come back from an injury or even just start running. Keep that 10% in mind. My house isn't going to be clean for a while, and I'm okay with that. But pretty soon, the cat box is going to be clean. All right.